Okay, and now we're looking inside the case. Now this is where I'm going to talk about the components. This is a pretty good build. It's one of my favorite builds. It has an i7 2600K. It's overclocked to 4.5, quite conservative. I got it up to 4.9, but there's really no need to go that excessive, especially when I'm not pushing it so hard outside of gaming, which, you know, doesn't push too hard either, past 4.5. I have a liquid cooler, H100 Corsair. It's an all-contained unit. I don't really have to do any maintenance, and I understand many people are going to be like, hey, you have a half 932, why didn't you do a custom coolant? Well, quite frankly, I don't have a lot of time, and that's the whole problem. I have done custom cooling, and I really enjoy it, but typically I try to do that more when I have free time, which normally I take a month off of work in July, and that's what I'll do it. When I built this, I had no time. But here's 16 gigabytes of Ripjaws X, 1866 megahertz. This is at Asus, as you guessed, probably Asus Maximus IV. Other good gamers. I have every fan in this build. Also, I have two 6970s crossfired. They run very cool, even though it looks like they're right on top of each other, which they are, which is quite different than a lot of the other AMD builds, which actually space it out a little better. But it cools very well, and right inside here I actually have an NZXT fan right in this little dam right here. So it's pulling from here, pulling through here, pulling up here, and this is pushing up. The whole point of this build is to pull from the front, push in from the side, and pull out through here. Now, I understand most people, most individuals are going to be like, you're pulling hot air through your radiator. Well, I've tried multiple ways to set this up, including pulling air in, trying to fit it in the back, through a custom fit, of course, on the side, and actually these are probably the lowest temps I've gotten so far. Under max load at 4.5, I'm looking at about 52 tops in prime, so that's really good numbers, considering the equipment that's in here. So, for hard drives, I have a 120 gig Vertex III, which is OCZ, SSD. I have a Hitachi 7200 RPM. I don't exactly remember what model that was. I bought it a while ago. But that's 1 terabyte also. I have a Seagate Barracuda 1.5 terabyte, and I have a Western Digital Black Caviar 1 terabyte. Now on to the power supply, the juice. Now this is very excessive. Most people will be like, oh, extremely excessive. But you know what? Future proofing, and then as things depreciate over time, become very weaker, much more weak. And you know, it could help out when I want to go, say, 3, tri, or quad. You never know. You never know. But of course, I'll probably have a new build by then. Hopefully, the 7 series is far better than the 6. Now, I'm going to give you guys just a quick look at what it looks like from the side, sitting down. Now, it looks like there's a lot going on, but actually, the wires actually aren't that bad. It looks like there's more going on than there really is. And that's the USB 3.0 cord. I don't exactly know where else to put that at the current time. I haven't had a lot of time to rewire it. So, it's kind of drooping and hanging there, but unfortunately, I haven't had too much time to be ripping this thing apart. But again, I'm going to turn off the lights. We'll get a better view of what we're looking at when we're gaming. coming up next in my next videos, I'd like to show you Battlefield 3, how it runs on it, silky smooth, and some other very demanding and pretty awesome games. So stay tuned and give me some feedback. Let me know what you'd like to see next as I build many computers and do many things in the technology field. Happy building.